It's always a two-peat. Three-peat. Pretty cool. Let's see my posts. There we go. All right, so now we got that up and going. Let's shoot a link out to LinkedIn. Oop. See how it look on LinkedIn. Okay, cool. Looks cool. Shoot it out to Reddit. Shoot it out to animations. Okay. Must contain flare, really. Sharing. Tutorial? We'll go with tutorial. Got a message from something. What is it from? Probably just joining the community. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, and last but not least, let's shoot out a link to this. Let's see how well this goes. Cool. All right. Well, looks like we got everything up and running. Looks like we're ready. Everything is live. Got our music. We got our animation here. So let's just go ahead and start on it right away. I'm gonna get my pen tool back. Get back to my outline drawing and make sure I'm on the right layer. Yep. So I need to close this one in right there. Saw that. Actually, let's bump our pen back up a little bit. That should work. Honestly, that looks good right there. But what I am gonna do, I'm gonna show this this little space right in between his chest here. I think I am gonna do. What did I have in the original? He didn't have any lines going across his chest there. But I am gonna put it. I'm gonna leave it in this layer here. All right. So the next drawing we need to do. We just gotta extend this forward one. Save. All right. So now this is where we get into our drawing. Is gonna be a little bit wilder. Let's turn our light board back on. And for these drawings, because it's so abstract and it's so much motion going on, it doesn't need to be very hold on, gotta make sure this is tracking right. It doesn't need to be so well drawn out that we have to see and understand every single line that's going on. They can still be very loose and fluent. Kind of like that. Kind of like this here. Let's make sure, even though we're still being wild with our drawing, that it's still closed in. In fact, for some of this, I'm just gonna throw some lines on there like that. I'm gonna erase these lines here. Well, actually, I'll leave that fist right there. And what that's gonna do is show. It's gonna show the like action lines. And that the hand is moving so fast that it doesn't even have a shape. Kind of like that. Like that there. That's pretty cool. And I think we can work with that. Oh, let's make sure all the spaces are closed in. Nope. Let's extend it by 1 frame. Go to the next frame. And we're going to draw it in the exact same position that one was in, that it's in. And we're still going to keep it very fluent, but we are going to kind of change the drawing up just a little bit. Kind of like that. Let's erase all this inside right here. This is going to go pretty quick because we're not putting so much detail into it. And again, I'm not even going to draw the hand all the way. What I'm going to do is draw it just like that. It's gonna be very wild and loose. Let's erase the lines in the middle, in between, right here. And I'm not even gonna draw, well, I might draw something like a shape of an arm a little bit. See, that's where I gotta kind of like that. I think what I was trying to do was kind of like that there. turn this layer back on. Yeah, that's perfect. And then this is the other arm. Again, not really going to give it too much of a shape because we're showing the movement. Let's extend that. We're going to do the same thing here. Again, keeping it very fluent. This arm over here. Yeah, I drew that foot really weird looking. Kind of like that. Extend that. Bam, bam. Oh. It's gonna be a lot of redrawing of the same elements over and over. Let's make sure we erase some of these lines that's in the middle here. Anything that overlaps, we want to make sure that it's gone. And we have solid shapes. Make sure everything is closed up. That's supposed to be closed up. Extend that by a scene. Let's make sure we're saving. As you notice, he's starting to kind of turn a little bit on us. And that's exactly what we want. So now this arm here should be kind of doing one of these motions. certain point right here is where it's going to start actually repeating over and over. What we can actually do at this point, no, we still need to draw these, because a lot of times there's no need to actually redraw a lot of stuff over and over and over if you can make it work for you by copying. But sometimes you just have to draw it. Yep, just like that. Over a little bit. All right. Let's see. What's our next drawing? Okay. Now it's getting to a certain point. He's not even looking, doesn't really even look humanoid anymore. This. Looking good. Only about 3 or 4 more to go, and then we'll have the majority of the core drawings done. This is the in-between again. Yep. This. Extend that one more time. So one more drawing, and then we get to another real strong core drawing. So now this right here is going to be one of the repeats. So for me, I feel like it's kind of crucial to make it as recognizable and strong standing on its own as possible, because it's going to be a middle drawing. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and copy it. I'm going to add one of these keyframes right here. I'm going to paste it right here. Bam. So I put a little bit extra flair into it that I didn't have in the other kind of drawings, only because I want to make sure that I am getting the exact point across. I want it to be as recognizable as possible. In fact, with that being said, I'm gonna make like a splash effect coming around just like that. And I'm gonna do virtually the same thing here. Actually, what I might do is just copy this, paste it, then flip it. But with this, I'm gonna turn it so it's, ooh, I can't see what I'm doing. Kind of like that. So let's see what it looks like. It'll probably look better if we actually, I think it's actually kind of getting that effect off, right? Like a turning kind of motion. But let's make it more noticeable. Let's make it a little bit more jittery. Actually, let's do this. Let's see if we can actually get the same spot on all of them, kind of like that right there. Let's have them turned. So it's kind of like right here. Bam. Let's make sure it's turned real good. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I think I can work with that. It's like he's hitting the same spot. So now we're going to take this and copy it. And we're going to repeat it all the way down. So that really knocks out a lot of drawings right there. Add another keyframe. Now we've got another original drawing that we're going to do. This is where we're going to have his hair. I'm going to make it so that his hair is actually coming up. And then Let's get his little hair bonnet thing. Let's get it in perspective as much as possible. And let's make sure his shoulders and everything are visible if we can. Doesn't have to be a perfect drawing, just enough so it's noticeable. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'll probably just have just enough detail, and then I'm just going to copy and paste everything so it's not we don't take up a lot of time redrawing the same elements. Okay, we just got to copy and paste that then. That's not what I was trying to do. Let's get rid of all of that. Let's bring it over here. We don't need these elements. That drawing may or may not work for us. It depends on how much we get into this thing. Now what I'm gonna do is take his face. I'm gonna bring it back here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and redraw it straight from the front as much as possible. What that might end up being, in fact, let's just turn it so I can get a straight up view. It might just end up being something kind of like straight down the middle. Maybe not even that. Maybe let's not even try to do all this, right? Excuse me. Instead of trying to use this and try to make it as perfect as possible, redraw the same exact thing or whatever, let's just use our artistic eye. Use it as a reference. Let's get rid of all these tools and stuff over there. Let's just draw his face in the angle that it's in as much as possible. Something kind of like this. I'm not going to worry about it being too perfect. I'm going to try to recreate it as much as I can. Kind of like that. And then let's actually make these eyebrows much bigger. They do take up a lot more of the face than what we've drawn. That was much faster, right, than trying to sit here and redraw the whole thing and make sure it's in the right, you know, size and lengths, and no, we're good. Just needed a quick artistic hand. And let's get the ears in here, because you know we love having ears. And his round head. Let's move this face. We'll still need it for some reference, but it won't be as necessary here in a second for everything else that we're doing. Let's make sure some of these primary lines are actually doing something. Actually connected. Something kind of like that. Ooh, man. Actually, let's finish the rest of the drawings in his face. Some lines here. And then, of course, like that. And then a lot of this is going to be similar to what was already on his original profile, but we are going to see more of his legs, right? Actually, probably do more like this, more like that. Although I can draw feet, my interest right now isn't really to make his feet as prominent as possible right now. I don't really care that we see his feet. It's not necessary. Something like that. We can move that head to the side now, because now we're just focusing on getting the rest of his arms and things kind of drawn in. And again, this frame is going to be so quick. Whoops. Oh, that goes right there. Let's erase some of these lines in the middle there. think that looks good. Let's actually fix this arm over here. I'm gonna try not to get too bogged down into this. But I did feel like I needed to fix that. Alright, so this next part, a bit of a continuation of what we just drew. But the arm's going to be much closer up front. Sort of like that. And I'm gonna try to get this as close as possible, and then I'm just gonna copy and paste it. So I want it to be the same stuff. I want to see the same things. So again, there's no need to. Actually, I didn't copy everything. Actually, let's just copy everything. And as I'm doing all this, I'm constantly saving. That's good. It's good because even though it's really scrunching up a lot of the details, I'm still going to draw even the stuff that we still don't see, or we're not going to see for the most part. Because it's going to help me to really plan out what's going on in this thing. Actually, boom. And then let's erase all the stuff that's in the middle. So what we don't finish today, we will definitely be able to do come Friday. Let's close it back up again. And this part right here, we're just going to see the hands as the motion is coming up. We'll see these fingers. What I want to do, I'm going to add some like motion lines to sort of show that should be good right there, to show like motion. And then I'll probably end up copying this face. Oh, I thought I grabbed this. This face that I did, I'm just gonna use it again. We'll single it out. Let's pull out a lot of these little extra elements that we're not gonna be needing. I might not even need the hair, to be honest. Actually, yeah, let's just get rid of the hair. I could have sworn I grouped this earlier. I guess I didn't. So we'll group it. We'll grab it. Put it here. It is going to still be a small element though. Just like that. We'll extend the frame, because what I'm going to do is actually copy this again, flip it, It's all meant to help show motion. Whoa. And then I'll flip this. Bam, just like that. Ooh, that's almost perfect. I can see already there's some spots that's not closed up that need to be. Like that. Needs to be kind of like this. Just make sure it's nice and clean. As much as we can anyway. There's no need to get bogged down too hard into some stuff, but I do want to make sure a lot of these things aren't, again, overlapping, like the hair that we won't see under the hands. Just make sure everything's closed up down here. Bam. Actually, let's just close it like that and close it like this. Everything is closed on the outsides. Shouldn't be any holes because these hands will be the same color, so there's no need to close it up on the inside of there. Just make sure that's closed. That, as you know, we have his design going across his chest here. Okay. All right, next drawing. What we got? It's the hands claps together. So this is going to be the hard part that I am not as familiar. I don't think I've ever drawn hands actually clasped together before. So because this is actually one flaw. This is one thing I do not know how to draw. That's pretty cool. Kind of pride myself on being able to draw a lot of different things. So let's do this here. So it'll kind of be like, ooh, man, this is tough. So finger that way, finger that way. Finger that way, finger that way, and then that way. And then there's a thumb coming up like that, and a thumb protruding like that. All right, so that's really all I need, which is probably looks crazy, like you're gonna draw a hand from that, and all we really did was make sure that we planned out where the fingers are going. Nope, I'm drawing that way too large. course, this one. And then this one just comes out. There's a pinky finger down here like this. Oops, I think I might have done this. Nope, that's right. I could fix this though. Kind of like that. Yeah, that one goes that way. And this one goes this way. Yep. It's more like that. And there's another one here like this. And then this one's actually coming up. Like that. Like this. Like that. Boom. All right, let's get rid of the bottom drawings. That was tough. This is the first time I've ever drawn clamps, two hands clamps together. Definitely new for me. Definitely trying to figure this out. But as we're doing this, now I can kind of start putting in my designs of the finger knuckles. With these finger knuckles here. The knuckle guards, I should say. Like that. So we probably won't even see this finger down here. I'm not even gonna draw that in. And then I'm not gonna try to make this perfect going into to strong detail, just simply because again, this is another frame that's gonna be moving very fast. So the fingers will be on top of the knuckles always. Like that there. Just trying to fill the fingers in. Just make sure, because I did do a lot of really quick drawing. Make sure all the holes are closed up as much as possible. I think that's good. Almost missed one. I think that's good enough. We'll save and then we'll group it. And let's go back to our drawing. What does it look like? Oh man, excuse me. We'll actually shrink this down enough so that we can kind of see what's going on. Like that. Boom. Extend to frame one. And I'm actually going to copy this because I have a feeling the next frame is the fingers together, the hands together. Like that, like so. Then the next drawing is going to be of the arms. Kind of like that. Then we'll put it to the other side like this, like so. And I'll actually draw a little bit more of the hand here. I probably should have did the same over here, honestly, instead of it just merging into the arm. Kind of like that. And then I'm going to go back and grab this face. Enlarging it. And get rid of this hair, because I'm probably draw the hair again. Like that. Boom. Man, that just really comes together. Kind of like this. Like that there, that there. Now just erase a lot of this under stuff. So the hair is actually going to be under the arms, but it's over the body. All right, let's take a look and see what our drawing looks like. Let's erase some of these lines. Some of this is getting kind of mixed up a little bit. Let's make it a little bit more obvious on which lines are the action lines and which lines are not. Extend this drawing forward. Now let's see what our next drawing is. Ooh. It's kind of a little bit of all of this. But what I'm going to do is extend it up a little bit. Let me see if stretching it is enough. I don't think so. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to erase all of this except for the head. Put the head back in place. I'm going to move it up. But it's going to get a close-up. And then along with that, let's ungroup it first. Let's grab the bottom jaw. Then we're going to move it down. And then I'm going to extend the jaw up. Like so. Connect all the dots where it needs to connect. And let me just grab this layer by itself because I want to make sure that all these lines are connected. When we extend the drawing up or we make it larger and stuff, it tends to actually unlink a lot of closed gaps. It's like it extends the space in between the lines, which is I don't know if that's a physics thing or something or what, but either way. Now let's turn the drawing back on. I'm gonna do his biceps. They're gonna be so kind of like that. That. Let's go ahead and extend it and save while we're at it. I'm gonna do some hair coming down. That, and let's get another one right here. Do a little bit of cleanup. Like so. A little bit more clean up. That looks good. Save. What's our next drawing? It's going pretty quick because That's how a lot of these drawings are supposed to be. Man, I didn't realize I had another frame. Nope. No. This is the one I want right here. We'll get a real good close-up this time. That's probably all we need to do right there. Really. Just make sure some of these gaps that opened up from the size increase are still good. See, like the teeth. None of the teeth set up right. The eyes kind of came apart a little bit. And now let's make sure it's closed up right here on the outsides. I'm gonna do the same here too. I forgot to do that from the outsides of here. Yeah, that should be fine like that. Like that. The little sneak preview of the finished product. Extend that a frame. Now we should be coming up on our last couple of drawings here. I'm gonna copy this, paste it here because we're gonna use these fingers again. I'm gonna erase this head. Erase all this. I'm gonna move this down. Oh, I grabbed the wrong part, but that's fine. Because I wanted to flip this anyway. Flip vertically. Boom, just like that. I'm probably gonna move this a little bit. Kind of like that. Grab these arms here. Let's go ahead and group these so I can move them in unison. Kind of like that. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to change the drawing up just a little bit. Like for instance, I probably am going to move this drawing here I'm gonna move this up a frame. To this here. And I'm probably even gonna move this up some. Yeah, I think that flows just a little bit better. I'm gonna copy these arms. I'm seeing something I want to do. I'm gonna keep those arms for now. But I'm gonna erase all the stuff on the inside here. Oh, let me change a setting I got here. Cool. Let's change this. All of that. Boom. All of this here. Now, what's our next drawing? It's basically let's do the head first. Kind of like that. And then if I keep the same style over here, keep it very cartoony at this point. It's meant to be very cartoony. But then I'm gonna copy this, put it here for now, because I'm going to erase the legs here. You know what? I'm just gonna erase this whole section. I'm not even gonna worry about the foot. I'm trying to keep the foot. And that's going to be for the background. I'm not worried about too much more on that end of things. I'm not sure I really like, I'm just not feeling how this is coming off too much. Like for instance, I might move this down a little bit, might stretch it out some, kind of like that. And for this one here, I'm just gonna erase these lines. And I want to do something like that. That. Let's get our drawing back. And so for this, I think I'm gonna do probably 3 drawings of this. shorten this up. Something like that. Yeah, the model has definitely changed up a little bit. And let's do one more. Let's probably start from the other side, huh? Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so with that being said, let's grab all these drawings, save first, because we're at the end. We're going to group all these together so that we can move them around freely. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to shrink it up to about this size right here. Ooh, let's actually bring it back up. Probably about that size right there. We're gonna copy this because it's gonna go right here. All the ones that repeat, starting here. Shrink it up again. Let's get rid of all those. Let's get the one forward. Something kind of like that. It should be virtually the same size. I want these to kind of be, well, I guess it is so very different. Trying to get my previous drawing and my next drawing on the table so I can see exactly what I'm working with. Try to line these up a little bit better. I think that's my problem right there. Shrink it down just a little bit. Perfect. Okay, and now we're just going to repeat this all the way down. This is going to be right there. And then that will end us out. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take the same logo. I'm going to paste it right here. Now, so if we did everything correctly, let's copy our outline layer. Let's duplicate it so we can turn outline off. Change this outline to color. Place it on top. Just come back to the beginning here. So there's a couple of things we gotta touch up in the beginning. We can turn off our matic layer, our animatic. We can actually come back and start erasing some of these overlaps. Whoop. I forgot that I forgot that all these were grouped. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be a nice, clean looking drawing. All this stuff in between, all this stuff on top, under. Whoa, still grouped together. And what's that line right there? That's the bicep. Just gotta get rid of that huge semicircle. Get rid of that. Yep. I might just get rid of this line altogether. I can't do that. Maybe like right there. It's just a bothersome line. Some of these is like so intricate and tiny. Bit over here. A little bit right here. Save, because we don't want to lose any progress. So let's ungroup everything a couple times until it's gone. Alright, everything's gone. Let's get to erasing again. Oh, still ungroup. Still gotta ungroup some stuff. Kind of like that, boom, boom. Definitely some more lines in here all throughout. cleaning up. That's the thing. It's like the more details you do, the more you gotta erase. Whoop. That part right there is actually a little easier. So I'll do with that is just erase it right there, erase it right there. Just gonna erase both of those lines. Erase that one, erase that one. That looks good. Should have at least one more. Let's make sure we grab everything this time. Whoop, save. Let's grab everything, ungroup as much as possible. Right, so then let's grab something. Let's make sure, because sometimes I'll be catching it. I'm gonna start with the hair first because I feel like that's what takes up a lot of time initially. Like that right there and there. These lines right here. Now, it's not my most beautiful drawing, but it definitely is getting the point across. It's definitely not bad to look at, you know? Right there. Like that, bam, bam, bam. That hand looks good. Let's touch this one up a little bit. And actually, we won't see the pecs under this one. I probably should have erased the pecs under the other one too, but I wasn't thinking about it. Like that. I don't want the drawings to look too dirty. Okay. I think that looks good. Let's make sure we save. See what the next couple drawings look like. So because I used the same drawing, this is why I did it this way. I copied the same frame and I used it in the newer drawing frames, the newer animations, and I just zoomed in. That kept it so I wouldn't have to do more work later on. Now the only one I do have to do is this one right here because it is an entirely new drawing. excuse me, it's always best to reduce work as much as possible. And that's still grouped. So everything else should be solid. It was those first couple of drawings that we had to go back and do that for. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna throw on some color onto this whole thing, and then I'll probably do a little minor detail coloring, and then we'll come back and clean up and do more of the effects at the on the next live stream, the next video. So for now, let's just go ahead, let's hit apply to all frames. Let's do a complete select on everything. And this is where I'm gonna save, because it's gonna get very, this is a lot of stuff that it's gotta do. Select everything, and I'm gonna I hit my short keyboard key for convert to objects. So I hit that. See my marker, my mouse right there is actually loading, showing me that it's working it. It's going to turn every single line into an object, so then I can actually color everything inside of it with ease. We just got to give it some time. It's doing a lot of work. Makes it very easy for us. In the meantime, let's hydrate. It's done. All right, didn't take very long, right? So let's save, and then what I'm gonna do, still have applied to all frames. I'm gonna take my paint. It's gonna paint everything that is not painted. I'm gonna grab my color here. I'm actually gonna go for like a deep purplish blue. Somewhere in there. I'm thinking, excuse me, I'm thinking somewhere right, probably right there. Hit everything. Okay, that's not bad. Now let's turn off that one clip right there. Let us go back, and I'm gonna protect my black because I do not want to mess with black. I'm gonna grab my red. Let's go ahead and crop it again. Let's make all his eyes red, and I want all of his hair and his beard thing and his ornamental attachments to be gold. Just like that. And his finger guards to be gold as well. This blue though, we can probably go with not blue, but like a, yeah, something a little closer to that. And then maybe his teeth as well. Yeah, something like that there. I don't know. I might have to leave this. I don't know. Now I'm not so sure. Have like a beard kind of thing going on. We'll probably leave it like that. So let's hit up the rest of the elements here. This. Whoop. I thought I forgot the one thing. I guess I didn't. Let's grab the eyes. I don't know. Depending on... I might have to definitely go back and do the shading, though. If nothing else. Oh, I'm like, what was that? It's a shadow somewhere. Whoop. Uh-oh. Oh, see, I forgot something right there. Oh, man. Something else. I make those same fixes over here. Not bad, not bad. Oh, something is not closed up. Oh, and there it is. This hair right here. See that hair right there? Something is still not closed. Okay. Uh-oh, I might have to leave his chin hair as purple because it's not really, I don't think it's really making a contrast enough. number 1. And then number 2 over here, I definitely need it to contrast a little bit more. That. Uh-oh. Something's not closed up over here. Oh, there it is. Well, actually, all I gotta do is this right here. Oh, something wasn't closed up down here. Ha! That. So I can see here already. Oh no, that's right. That's what I was trying to do. I think I just colored something. Where are we at? Some of this here. Nice. Ooh, this is where I made a little mistake. I know I did this. I didn't separate the hair on all of them. Yeah, these are the kind of little mistakes that will have you going back fixing all these drawings. But at least luckily when you get to these, it's a little bit faster because it's already been repeated so many times. This here, I might have to do something like this for all of them. But we'll see. eyes. Oh, I'm about to say, what's missing here? Anything else? Yep. So let's get the gold where it needs to go. Nice. Not worried about too many of the little things. Ooh, did I not? Yeah, I thought so. You know, I saw this when I first drew it, and I didn't realize how much of a issue that would be when I first did it. And something told me, is like, you probably should fill that in. I sort of did it here. I was about to get real proud of myself. I see, I did it here. And then I didn't. Coming to the finish line. Close it up all the way on everything on here. Guess that was it. Little touch-ups. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Still there. You would think the way you increase the size on something, it opens gaps. You would think that when you decrease the size, it would close those gaps, which for the most part it does. But it's still not a perfect system. There's still some stuff you gotta close up yourself, like that. This eye. Close that up. Let's close that up. Gold. Gold. Nice. That came together really well. Oh, something else not closed up here. Right there. There'll be those little things that get you. Whoop. Oh, I didn't close it up. Ha. That's on me. I didn't close this up. Make this I was trying to make this red, but looks like I'm gonna have to close up these hands a little bit. I don't want to have to do that, but I guess I'm gonna have to. You know what, let's actually get this. Gotta close up the hair anyway. Something is still catching. Seems like. I'm not sure why. There we go. That looks good. So for the most part, I think we did really well in capturing the all the color as we needed to. So let's throw the background back on for now. Let's turn off the. There was a foreground. I don't remember there being a foreground. Yeah, there was no foreground. So we got the background on, we got all the color in. It's looking good. Let me make sure the background is actually reduced down. Yeah, it is reduced. So now let's go back to the beginning. And let's hit play. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's cool. I like how we got the color on the actual title card too. The problem with that though is we don't want to fill in the holes here. It's a little tacky. Huh. Okay, cool. See right here, he's already hitting the ground. This is where I want to make it so probably want to go back in here, put some like, let's use black. So like a red splash that goes around them. Let's do it like this. So I did that. Now let's move it over, fill it in, and then we'll move it back like that. So let's get rid of all those red. Fill it in. We'll put it behind them. Save. Then we'll do the same here. Put it to the back. Let's do it again. Whoops, it's supposed to be red. Oh. Let's try that again. Little elements like this, little details. It crashed on us. We went the whole time up until this point and then it crashed on us. That's crazy. But we got it though. We got it. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Not that one. Oh, man. We'll get it back open here in a second. It's coming up. That's why we always save